Hey yo, this is another episode of the Steven from the Old Time Podcast. Listen to my dad, he's awesome.
Welcome to a new episode of Steven from the All Time Podcast. I am your host, the Eye of Toll of Hip Hop, the whole damn show, the radar podcaster, and one half of the podcast tag team champions of the Mondo, with my co-host tonight with the ugliest jersey of all time in hockey.
The number 11, the untouchable number 11. I wish I could play for Montreal, but it's Milenko. You know me
Are you
already.
are you AI?
No, this one I came back.
Milenko, I'm gonna say something to you, and I don't want to disrespect you on camera, but I'm gonna have no choice.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why didn't you ask me permission for you to be able to wear that jersey on this podcast?
Because I'm from Montreal, and we're from Montreal, and nobody chooses team. Because where you from, that's
Here
your
we
team.
go.
You know me. You know me. If you're from Montreal and you're for Boston Bruins or for the Maple Leafs or you're get the fuck out of my face. You're a disgrace to me. Disgrace to me. You don't choose your team. You never choose your team. Is where you from, baby.
So to your point, I despise the Montreal Canadiens. I think they have the worst mentality in hockey, the worst front office, the worst everything. Okay.
But you don't know nothing about it.
Here we go.
So who's the best? You don't know nothing about it. The team
Terrible organization.
For my whole life,
Terrible
30 years.
organization.
In 30 years, I never seen the Canadian so like this is the most exciting time to look at the Canadian squad. For the first time ever, we have potential. And we have potential in the team, and I have the Chicago Bears. They are the come up as well. So for me, everything is going good. Next year, give me 3 years, and we have the Super Bowl champ in our hand, baby. With Williams. Williams gonna fucking dethrone Mahomes, bro.
Welcome to a new episode of Steven from the All Time Podcast with my co-host, the most in denial human being I have ever met.
Chicago Bears. This is our year, baby. This is our year. We're not going in the slums again.
I love how you changed from me bashing on the Montreal Canadiens to you and the Chicago Bears. Good luck on the Chicago Bears. I hope they do well with Caleb Williams. But the Montreal Canadiens are going nowhere ever because they are as terrible as the people in this city. But to football, I really hope the Bears do well. I really, really, really hope the Bears do well for you.
I hope so. I hope so. Fuck. I've been suffering for so long. This year I'm gonna watch the games.
You've been saying that since I've known you, and this is I've
no. I watched it. When Jay Cutler was coming in, everybody was excited. Okay, I watched
Jay
the
Cutler.
game. That guy sucked. Okay, he sucked.
He wasn't bad, poor Jay Cutler. We can't shit on Jay Cutler, and he has a hot wife.
And I know nothing about football. You know me. I don't know nothing about football. I listen once in a blue moon. But Chicago Bears, man, that's the only team I choose because of who? Urlacher.
I love it. You're gonna come over for games. And by the way, you've been telling me that you want to watch football since I met you in 2016.
Oh, but I still watch CFL sometimes, but NFL rarely. I don't get the rules, dog. I just don't get the rules. It's the same thing as basketball for me. It's like what the fuck do they call or what they don't call? I don't get it. The Super Bowl, did you see all that? Yo, there were. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. The holding. What's holding in football? They just all holding each other. What the fuck is holding, dog?
It's all part of the game.
I never understood it. Mahomes don't get called no holds against him. It's team never holding nothing. But you see the defense just holding guys with what the hell is a hold? The only one I understand is the mask thing because it's you can see it, right? But other than that, all the other things, every time I watch a game, I text you on a penalty like, what the hell did they just call? I don't get it.
Well, and the NFL rules are for pussies now.
And
if we're being honest.
the false start that I can understand is flagrant, but other than that, the other rest I don't understand nothing. I don't understand it. I don't know how the refs does it. They're
You know
like,
what?
I call this one, I don't call this one. What the hell?
You know what I can't understand?
Yeah.
You like the Montreal Canadiens. But anyways, let's move on to the reason that we are here is because every week we get new music.
Every week.
Every week we
Every
gotta get
week.
together, we gotta text, we gotta get ready. There's a lot to talk about. Amazing Friday. Let's be honest with each other.
Yep.
An amazing Friday. We'll get right into it real quick, unless you have something else to add.
No, no, I was just thinking about all the Stanley Cups Montreal had throughout the years, and we have
Fuck
the
off.
most on all year. So I'm just thinking about
Big
that.
whoop.
But I'm
Let's
thinking,
see
and
them
what's
win
your
again.
NHL team? What's your NHL team? You,
I just like everything but the Montreal
ugh,
Canadiens.
you fucking make me sick to my stomach, dog. I can't believe you, dog. Oh my god.
Any other team.
Let's go Canadien. Safrowski is gonna be a beast. Caulfield's gonna be a beast, and now we picking fifth in the
Wrap it up.
draft. Let's
Just
go.
wrap it up. Um, so actually, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. I really appreciate it. I'm in a phenomenal mood. Uh, I'm having an okay week. My sickness that I have is slowly going away.
Yeah, for 2 weeks now. It's been 2 weeks.
I think more than that. I think I've been sick for the last year.
Jesus.
But no, I'm starting to feel better. King of the Ring this weekend. AEW Double or Nothing. My grass is not growing outside.
No?
No, it's terrible. Can you come plant seeds for me? Because I'm doing a terrible job at it.
Oh no.
But Friday was awesome. We had a couple of new albums that came out. We won't talk about them too much. We had the new Makami, Richa Haitian.
Rich as Asian.
Did you hear it?
I heard it one time. I just heard it one time. I was busy with these two. I didn't have much time on it, but for what I listened, highlights for me, I really like Long Stand. I like that song.
That's a
So
song I forgot to mention that I like. Continue. Yes.
and the K Trinada cut as well. I love K Trinada, so it's like and he flows on that. He flows. Mac can do pretty much everything, and he's a lyricist, man. He really is a lyricist.
Look, I enjoyed the album. I'm not a huge fan of the album. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's very good. I think it's enjoyable. It's good. It's something that you could put on. I just found that the songs didn't blend in. The mixing was terrible on it. I'll be really honest. I find like the voice is high at one
Okay,
point, the
I didn't
music is
notice.
too low, or the music overpowers the voice. I just like there's no flow to it. It's not cohesive. But again, I've only listened to it 5 6 times. I've listened to it doing stuff. I've listened to it in the car. I've listened to it doing a bunch of other things, but like it doesn't stick with me. It's not
Rock
the
Marcy verse on it.
which was great. It's Rock Marcy. You could put Rock Marcy uh doing music just with violin behind
Yep.
him or just with animal sounds and he'll come out
And
amazing.
the other features that he has, Quel Chris. That's Quelly Chris in
Yes.
English. Quel Chris d'affaires. I
Your
love that shit.
your
Quel
your
Chris
old
d'affaires.
Droog, who is a
Black Tar.
highlight. Yep.
Black Tar. So
hmm
yeah. I'm gonna listen to it back. I'm gonna listen to it back.
Yeah, and just a big shout out to Lukey Cage from the Abyss podcast who did a live review this evening when we're recording the pod. I love that. He had a couple of guests on there. He had myself, he had Carl, he had Primo Jab on there, and people were just in the comments going back and forth on their thoughts of the album. It's super important to do that. I think the culture of hip hop needs that, especially in the underground area where we could all get together, have somebody do a live, pick an album, and just be able to all express how we feel about the album, have a conversation about it, but in live and in real time. So big, 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 big shout out to Lukey Cage from the Abyss podcast and what those guys are doing over there because they are fucking killing it.
Shout out to them.
Fucking
I caught
killing
the
it.
end of it. I caught the end of it. God damn it! I
Where
didn't have my phone on me, and I was listening to these albums, just taking notes and shit. I never saw the time. I never saw the time.
But yeah, big shout out. I like that live stuff. That Lukey, continue doing that stuff, please. I think it's brilliant. There's an album I forgot to talk about real quick.
Mm-hmm.
J Royale.
Okay.
Okay, I can't pronounce tonight. J Royale put out a album, 9 songs on there. The B Gaddy Soup Kitchen. I'm guessing this is a soup kitchen in Baltimore.
Okay.
Uh, it's just an album that he put together with a bunch of features on there. You got Vega 7, you got Este Knack, you got Bub Styles, you got Pro Dillinger, you got RJ Payne, you got Born Unique. Yeah, it's super fun to listen to. I think it has to do with the OG Press records. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like a collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
And all the songs have a featuring, so there has to be something around it. I didn't do
Okay.
my research on it. It's just I saw J Royale. He's been posting about it on his Instagram for a long time now. Finally, it was on streaming, and I got the opportunity to listen to it, and I'm just fucking. It's just great to hear J Royale. He doesn't give us so much projects. Like there's always like a gap between 2, 3, 4 years between his project. But when this dude puts out something, man, you gotta listen. This dude is so good. There's that vintage sound. It's kind of like what we want our artists to sound like. Like go to a Nas and be like, "Fuck, I wish Nas could put out an album like this." J Royale does that. I
Mm,
wish a certain artist could do this sound and rap like this instead of doing the mainstream shit. J Royale has that sound. And
interesting.
yeah, check it out. Check it out. Super enjoyable. Big Trip is coming out with a new project at the end of May, all produced by Jamil Honesty. That's gonna be something nice. Go look at the video.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the video's not out, but he posted on his
Okay.
Instagram a snippet of the video, and he's just standing there with a gunbrella.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, a gunbrella, and the beat for it just sounds. It sounds like what I would use to enter the ring as a wrestler.
Oh, that would be a song.
Like it sounds like I can't wait to finally hear the song, but it sounds like
Mm,
that style,
okay. Yeah.
like something the Dudley Boys would come out to. Anyways,
Okay.
I'm on a different planet with that shit. Uh, but yeah, and I've been listening to a lot of Bon Jovi. Is that okay?
Bon Jovi. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
start my morning off with Wanted Dead or Alive.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
Yeah, weird, huh?
And you go in your horse and go to work.
Yeah,
You
my
hop on
steel
your horse.
horse.
You steal horse. And there's a Rhapsody too that came out with "Please Don't Cry" full length album.
Did you listen?
I didn't listen, but I saw just good reviews on it. So I'm gonna have when I have time, I'm gonna go and get a listen to that. It's an hour. It's an hour 5 minutes.
Produced
So
by
there's a lot of different producers on that. So I can't tell you, but I know Lil Wayne is on it. You got
Jesus.
Erica Badu is on it. So Hit
22
Boy has
songs.
some songs. Yeah, yeah. And I just heard good things about it, so that's one that I'm pretty interested in. That's probably gonna be my next listen.
The cover looks like an R&B cover.
Yeah, I mean Rhapsody is pure quality, so I always love what she does. Eve 2019 was one of my favorite albums. So.
Yeah, it's true. You really enjoyed that album. Yeah, I like Rhapsody. I don't mind Rhapsody. I like the stuff she does. She said the song she did with Kendrick back on To Pimp a Butterfly was great.
That was a
Uh
highlight. That was a highlight of the album almost.
yeah, she's done a couple of stuff with Ninth Wonder.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, big ups to Rhapsody. So we'll get into these reviews.
Vamos.
We got 2 reviews. It's the all Canadian review episode.
Yeah, the Hart family coming back.
The Heart Foundation.
The Hart family, though.
Speaking of the Heart Foundation, I don't like Bret Hart, but anyways, that's it. The first album, the highly anticipated album for me. Highly
Uh,
anticipated album.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure
You
it
know
was.
me.
I
You
know
know
you.
me.
I know you.
Okay. The Raz Fresco and Daniel Son Northside album.
Damn.
Milenko.
Damn. Just this I'm telling you, this show, guys. This show, guys, I was anticipating this show because I listened when I got the two listen of these albums. I was like, I can't wait to hear Steven on this.
Why?
I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, um, for Northside from Danielson and Raz Fresno. That's a duo, man. That's a duo right there. And weather is getting hotter in Montreal. We're getting nice weather out, and they came out with Northside. So I'm pulling out the hoodie and the puffer jacket with a gun hidden inside. Like it's, I mean, the cold. It's cold blooded. This album is cold. Let's tell the truth.
Let let's be honest. This album was recorded in the winter. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, look at the cover. I mean, look at the cover. They're right in front of the soul food spot with the jackets. It's probably fucking -20 on that picture. You
Sunny's
know,
Charcoal Broiled Foods. Thomas
yeah.
has
So
been there, I think.
yeah,
Somebody we know has been there for sure. For sure.
so they outside with the North Face jackets. That's exactly it, man. The North Face jacket, and you hide your face.
It's
So
Canada. If you know Canada and you look at this cover, you could put two and two together.
it's cold blooded, and it starts, and it's so cold blooded. Okay,
I love that you keep saying cold blooded. I
it's
love
so cold blooded, man. It starts with ice water,
it.
right? Whoo!
And that beat.
I mean, I love that beat. I love that beat. Okay, and it's a good intro, and you can feel the cold. You know when you have your jacket, but the cold wind it still goes through.
The damp weather.
And it still goes through and it hits your bones.
Yep.
You know that Montreal fucking cold motherfucking wind we have?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly it. That's the intro.
The the beat that he used. And by the way, this is completely produced by Raz Fresco.
Yep.
This is just these two guys from Toronto who I've been a fan of for a long time now. I could say I'm a fan. And these guys, I wait for their projects to come out. Okay. So when I saw that these guys were getting together, I just said it only makes sense. But they're two really different MCs. They
Mm-hmm.
are two, it's like almost that you think of how are they gonna sound when they're on the album together?
Mm-hmm.
How are gonna be able to be put together and this is gonna sound really good? To me, it's almost like it's interesting. How are they gonna put the album together? Because Danielson's tone of voice is like it's heavy, it's grimy, it's deep. He Danielson sounds like if you he came out in '94 and he was rapping on RZA beats, only built for Cuban links.
Yeah, I can see that.
You get what I mean? And then
Yep.
you got a guy like Raz Fresco. His voice is just so it's a clear voice.
Yeah.
It's not high pitch. It's not low pitch. It's like right balanced into the middle, and he sounds like he could rap on Jay Dilla beats.
I would put him in a high pitch though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would put him at Raz. Yeah, I would
I
put him
find
in
him.
a
I
more
find him. He's
high
just in
pitch.
the middle, and he sounds like he could, like he would amazing. Came out of that Jay Dilla Mad Lib style era.
But he's a way more technical. I think he's a way
Yes.
more technical, and I always love comparing them to boxers. So I think he's way more technical. He likes to stay on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and when he goes in, he goes with the combos because he's really technical. So he can use that wordplay when he's in the pocket. When he's in the pocket, he hits you with the wordplay,
Mm-hmm.
and I and Danielson is more like Nate Diaz kind of. He doesn't punch you hard, but he's always punching you.
Hmm.
So that gets you tired. So when it's 150 times that he punched you, you gain weak. You gain weak. So you don't need that blunt force to knock you out. You have the because he's 150, you're knocked out. It's over. Yeah, it's an yeah. Nick Diaz is exactly Daniel's son, and Ice Water. So I love how they use the little sample behind the little voice in the back.
Da-na-na.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't sing anymore on the podcast because every time I listen to it back, when I'm like, oh, I should not listen. I shouldn't sing the beat. But and then Daniel so calls the switch up,
Oh,
and it is the switch. I love the switch up, and I like better the second beat.
it's basically the first beat with drums.
Yeah, the tempo switches up
Yeah,
though.
with a
The
tempo
tempo switch.
switch.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
it's so perfect the way the album starts off.
yeah.
So
Dreamy
perfect.
drums. I like the dreamy drums on there.
The crazy thing is it sounds like a RZA beat.
Yes, yes.
Sounds like it came out
I
of
mean,
Cuban Links
can I say
era.
something? I must say something. I was keeping it more for the end,
Okay, say it now.
but I'll say it now. I did not expect this direction
Me
for
neither.
these two guys. I did not expect that. We're gonna talk about it more with the track by track stuff, but the direction of the beat and what they chose, honestly, I was pretty impressed. I was
Oh, for sure.
pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed because then the second cut, Northside
Hmm.
is like a violin with the drums like it was something. It's something like Danny Brown would use.
Yeah, I see that.
Like that would sound like you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
And it,
I as
but
soon as I heard those violins with those drums, I went like, oh, this is kind of that. Like Danny Brown would kill this.
oh, absolutely. I think that's those two being students of the genre, or students of hip hop, and growing up listening to that they're able to give you that style of music,
Yep.
that they're able to tap into different sounds throughout the album. You get so much on this album too, right? Like
Oh,
Ras
really?
Fresco production on this is like it's it's all over the place, but it makes sense because it
Yes.
flows,
Yeah.
right? You got your boom bap tracks on here. You got your grimy drumless beats on here. You got your more jazzy beats on here. You got so much in it, and that's being able to, as a producer, having the right ear for sound,
Oh,
right?
110%. Yeah.
And the flow from Ice Water to Northside is perfection.
Yep. I agree with that.
Perfection.
I agree.
Uh, and I would say probably till Rusty with Gritfall, then the album kind of like you know where you're at, you know what you're gonna get, and then just the ending of the album, as a Frostbite, is so interesting
Mm-hmm.
because you see Raz Fresco playing a lot more with different instrumentations. Where
Yeah.
you get what I mean? It's like a side A, side B,
Mm-hmm.
right? And what I love about this album is like the back and forth with these two guys, right? They're just having fun. They're just two MCs having fun. There's a winter vibe that goes with this. Uh, they're giving you where they're from, right? They're giving you that
Mm-hmm.
that Toronto background, but it's just two guys sparring, going back and forth, just sparring with each other. I love that. It's like if it's kind of like if me and you, because we listen to hip hop so much, get together and say, "Hey, let's just make a fun album of us rapping back to back."
Mm-hmm.
We would probably never be able to do that because we're
Never.
fucking terrible.
Never.
We'd be terrible. But you get what I mean? They
Mm-hmm.
know each other. I find like this album was just they were just able to do it. It was so easy for them to do because of how they know each other and they know their style. So it's kind of like easy to beat together and write together and flow together. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, oh, 100%. I dude, Frostbite, the beat again with the little voice, and that bass is so heavy. It sounds like a what's a contrebass in English? It's a double bass.
Yes,
It
I
sounds like a
think.
double bass. It's really jazzy. That's something that would be a modern MF Doom beat.
Oh,
Like MF Doom could, like MF Doom would rap on that.
if
110%.
if MF Doom was still alive, he would hear Raz Fresco beats. I could guarantee you that he would make Raz Fresco produce a full album for
Yeah.
him. 110%.
Lawyer. I mean, my favorite is Lawyer Fees.
One of my faves. Absolutely.
That's my favorite song. I love. That's I think is the best verse from Danielson. It's on Lawyer Fees. Um, there's something about Danielson bars, man, that always is so clear.
He's calculated. He's very
It's
calculated.
it's so clear, and yeah, I just love the way the direction he uses. He doesn't tell you a story really, but he paints you a picture with one line, and the other one is a totally different picture. And
Yeah.
yeah,
He's sharp. He's
yeah,
a sharp MC. Like it's not a full story. You'll get different things throughout the song, right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh he kind of reminds me like a Raekwon, right? Like it's kind of like
Well,
you gotta you kind
yeah.
of really because see the way I
Because
listen when I
to me,
listen
Raekwon is the most coded rapper ever. Like
Daniel's
for
son is coded.
yeah, but it's not the same. It's not
No,
because
he
Raekwon.
reminds me.
No, but Raekwon is it's tough. I don't see that. I don't
I,
see.
I,
I'm sorry, I
I,
don't see that.
that's the one thing I when I started listening to Danielson years ago, where I was like, he reminds me of the Raekwon, because he is coded like Raekwon. Because
But
like
that
Raekwon, I'll give you a
yeah,
story, but every bar, it's like you gotta go here and be like, okay, what picture is he painting me in this bar?
maybe. I think it's more simple for it's for me. I think it's for me because sometimes Raekwon verses I don't understand what he's saying.
Sometimes I'll be honest, on a Danielson, I gotta go back and listen. Like all his solo stuff that I've listened to, where it's
Yeah.
produced by Future Wave and stuff like that, I gotta go back and be like, okay, what is he saying here? What is he saying in this line? How
Okay.
how does this make sense?
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't think I no me. I'm pretty. It's pretty clear to me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I like
Uh,
it.
what's the mission? Love that. That
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 was the
lit.
single, right?
Yeah, with that hook that they have.
That's the that's the best hook.
Danielson's the best at making hooks. The best. Yeah, that song stuck out to me too. There was something else that was kind of like very eerie type of beat.
Oh, for sure. Man, again, I didn't expect it. Like, what's the mission? For me, sounded like a outcast track.
Oh really?
Yeah, with that bass, with because of the snare. I think it is. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's not the snare. It's the. It sounds like the me and you.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
what's the
I get
the.
what you mean.
It sounds like
I
it
think it
has
is a
that.
snare.
It has that. Yeah, I don't know in English. I don't know the names, but yeah, the snare sounds like a bit of a outcast type of beat with that eerie string in the back, those keys. Yeah, it sounds like a outcast. Again, I did not expect that direction. I thought that I didn't know Raz Fresco produced at first.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe they mixed it together or whatever. I was expected to see maybe Future Wave on this,
That could have been something really cool.
right? I thought that's what I expected. Um, but that's the thing that is really experimental beats. I don't think I would expect this at all.
Yes,
At
there
all.
is experimental style sounding beats on here. Sometimes you get that drum sound, that clack a clack in
Yeah,
there.
a lot of flute for Rusty and stuff. Rusty to me was the song that I didn't it didn't really caught with
Click.
me. Yeah, it didn't click to me. I think it's the beat is too monotone type of, so it never like rises up.
Hmm.
I think it's pretty sober, so it stayed on that line the whole time. So it was okay for that song. What other other than that, I don't see nothing that I really didn't like on this. Really, I that's what I expected high level from both these guys, and that's what I got. And the back and forth, they have fun with that. That's
I
for
love
sure.
I love that sometimes you'll get like 4 bars from one, and then the other one comes in for 4 bars. And then the
Hmm.
other one comes in for 3 bars. The other one comes in for 3 bars. I love that ass. Like I love that back and forth between two artists in hip hop is one of my favorite things. I've always loved that. Whether it was Mob Deep, whether it was Ray and Ghost, whether it was Meth and Red, like the back and forth style rapping, like you need to the pro Dillinger and Snotty again. Would you need to have that relationship where you're able to know that artist for that to really come out well done. And
Hmm.
these guys really did it well. And when they're rapping, it's like I find it's just them two in a studio,
Hmm.
like in the same room, going back and forth to each other.
I wonder if they did that together. Probably.
110%.
Hmm.
110%. They probably live like 20 minutes away from each other. That's if the friendship relationship. That's why you could create music that way. And it's amazing that they were together because they were like being in studio together has more of that you could put like there's more, it's more intimate, you know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you could create better, I find.
Hmm.
That's just me, but anyways. Or sometimes too throughout the album I'm like, fuck, are they in a cipher or something? Like Raz Fresco, the way he raps, it's like he's in a cipher 24/7.
Yeah, but he comes in like I love last minute. I think that's his best verse
Mm-hmm.
on here for me. But the way he just comes, he's like, "Hey yo," and he just raps right away. I think that's why like Danielson is more pulled back. That's why I have difficulty seeing Raekwon because Raekwon is so quick and so he lays everything
Mm-hmm.
out, and Danielson is more
Plays
time.
more the bars and the writing style of it, but
But yes, Raz Fresco, it just comes in the back end of that song and just destroyed it. I mean, I love this album again. I love this album. 10 songs, but there's no wasting.
is it me, or every time they're rapping, I'm always like this. I'm always like this because the way they like. I've never seen myself do that in an album more than
Yeah,
on this album, where I'm just like, even when I'm driving, I'm like, that's the way I feel like during a cipher rapping.
the guy that's probably in front of you is looking back like, what the hell? This guy is talking to me or what?
It's like they're sparring. I love it. You got
Yep.
everything soulful on here, boom bap,
Northside.
experimental beats, drumless beats. Uh, and what are your favorite tracks?
Ice water for sure. Give me frostbite and lawyer fees. That's my top three.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Ice Water. What's the mission?
Mm.
And man, I really even like Forks on the Road with Phasa to end it off with that with a nice.
The outro was pretty. I mean,
It's a great way to start. It's a great way to end the album, man.
I like the singing on it from Phasa. I think
Yeah,
I don't know if I pronounce it well, but I really like that. And again, with the drums, the distorted a bit drums, it sounds like they're more um à l'extérieur, right?
outside
Yep. And so yeah, I think I like that drum pattern. It's a great ender, great ender.
production on point, rhymes on point. Just a really well put together album.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this one more time. The last time I'm gonna say this: being together, doing an album, having a friendship. Okay, it makes a difference. You hear it.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I thought for the direction as well. I think maybe if they wouldn't with each other, some beats would have not make it, kind of.
Yeah, and it's
Right?
only 10 songs. They didn't go beyond just doing the 10 song. It was really, really just 10 songs.
Yeah. They
And
could have gave us way more or less, but they went with 10. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect size sample. 10 songs, 30 minutes, perfect.
yeah, and it showcases them as MCs
Yeah.
and what they could bring to the table, man.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, what's your score?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
Jesus, you gave it a 7.
7, yeah.
Okay, I'm going with an 8.5 on this one.
8.5. Good.
Bars over BS, please put this album out on CD because they put out the vinyl and
Mhm.
the OB stripe on it
Mhm.
is red and white,
Yeah.
like the Canadian flag,
Uh-huh.
and at the top there's the maple leaf.
Maple Leaf?
Yeah, did you see it?
No.
Sick.
That's what they should have put on top.
But they're from Toronto. Why the fuck would they put that?
Because they need to get better, bro. Toronto ain't winning shit. Okay.
Go. I'll let you kick off this one.
And then let's go to the good side. The good side. And this one I'm excited, dude. This one I'm excited. It's the first time reviewing this artist on the channel. Um Mike Shabb. Sewaside 3. Sewaside 3.
I love the cover. The cover
Yeah,
is I
that old
love
school
it.
cover, that Smith and Wesson
and
cover.
and I'm happy that he paid homage to them, and I'm happy that he did it because he didn't do the album completely like their album. He put it in cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a great idea. I think it reflects well the album.
Well, I
I'm gonna let you start first for
why
this
am I
one.
starting?
I want to hear what you want to say on this.
Okay, I'm gonna
I
be
want to.
honest. I'm digging
Oh,
in.
be honest. Be honest with me.
17 songs, 48 minutes.
Yeah.
Mike Shab, Suicide 3. Look, I'm gonna tell it to you like this. Okay. I enjoyed the project.
Mhm.
I enjoyed the project. Uh, I found it was very, very, very laid back.
Mhm.
Okay, there was more of a story to tell on this compared to his other projects. Like he really put emphasis on him.
Mhm.
Okay, where you're able to understand who Mike Shab is
Mhm.
on here.
Yeah.
All right. Uh, it's lengthy. You gotta have time for this.
Yeah.
You gotta be doing something for an hour, 50 minutes. It's a headphone album too.
Mhm.
All
Mhm.
right. This is not an album that you put in the car unless you're going for a long drive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
I enjoyed it. Something that I really liked that he did on here was he worked with certain artists
Mhm.
like Estenac,
Mhm.
okay, who he's worked with before, who he's also produced for, Uncle John.
Yeah. That guy kills it every time, huh?
I gotta just take one moment and just give respect where respect is due. That dude, man,
Mhm.
is phenomenal.
He's
Okay,
something. He really is something. He really is something. It was on the last evidence, the last alchemist
Gangrene.
project.
Okay,
Gangrene, yeah, the last Gangrene
okay.
project was there. Killed it.
He he's so we always talk about different artists and people being different. He is a different artist.
Mhm.
He is a very different artist. Imagine him being produced by RZA.
Oof. I would really love to have him on a full produce alchemist. I would
He
love it.
full produced RZA, full produced Alchemist. Fuck.
Like even
Imagine
mugs, like mugs, he can bring something
that dirty
different.
sound, the dirty, dirty, dirty sound.
Yeah,
He would,
he really can do something really different.
his voice. I
Mhm.
love his voice.
Yep. That I mean, you cannot get more high pitch than that.
You
Can
can't
you?
get more high pitch, and then you can't get. It's fucking aggressive too.
It's aggressive. It's aggressive, man. It's a really unorthodox style.
I love that you say unorthodox style. It's a word that I've been meaning to always use that I never use because I don't know in which type of sentence to use it.
I mean, so I'm gonna give you something to use it for this album. This is exactly the word, because Mike Shabb on this. I mean, Sewaside 1 came out in 2016.
Hmm.
Sewaside 2 came out. I don't know when. I don't remember. Sewaside 2 is my favorite project of his by far. Okay, let me check the date, but that's my favorite project of his by far. Okay, when I heard that for the first time, it was a total revelation for me. That Suicide 2 came out in 2022. Okay, so the album on its own, Suicide 3 is something that is a mixed bag. You have every style that you can think of on this. Okay, except trap. There's no trap beats on here.
He
Okay,
uses trap beats on other projects though.
so that's exactly my other point. So just this album alone is a mixed bag of, and if you go for his full career and all his project, dude, he did everything. He did everything. He did beats that like a hip hop head would never listen to that vibey, druggy, trap beats, singing melodies, and now he starts with the intro that's pure jazz.
Hmm.
Like it's 1999. It's 1999 with the intro. Those drums are amazing. So what I think about this album is mixed, and I couldn't wait for you to listen to this because for me, if I'm totally honest, is it my favorite Suicide? No, it's not. I think two is still better for me. This is gonna take more time for me to. I think in a weekend I cannot digest.
Hmm.
I cannot digest it yet.
I get it.
I think the highs are very high, and I think the lows are okay. Um, I'm gonna give you an example. So for intro, we talked about it, very jazzy, and this is all produced by him almost. There's three tracks. They're different. There's
Who are
Nicholas Craven.
okay.
Nicholas Craven on two, and I'm missing one. I'm sorry for the one I'm missing. I saw it, but I don't remember. Um, if I look at it right now, no, I can figure it out. So Doghouse for the second song, again super laid back, and Mike Shabb is a type of artist that underground rappers. I'll say underground to not piss off Trap because Trap he's gonna get pissed. But if I hear a lot of rappers, they all sound if you cover the voice, let's say we play a program, okay, that it covered the voice, okay, and it's just the rhythm of the song and the lyrics, okay, with no all the same voice, okay. There's artists that I couldn't differ for sure, okay. This artist I won't say names, but there's artists that I will never make the difference between one and two, never. Mike Shabb, even if you take out his voice tone and you give me a blank voice, I would recognize that's Mike Shabb. Okay.
Really?
110%. Steven, is there other people rapping like this?
No, but his tone
No
of
one.
voice, his tone, the tone, the what
Yeah,
his
but if
voice
you take it
sounds
out,
like.
let's say, okay, I make what I should do is like, let's say I take albums, okay, and I do it with my voice and rap over with my voice.
Hmm.
Would you be able to recognize who's different? Most of them, no.
Hmm.
If you take out the tone of voice, most underground rappers, for me, I don't see much different.
Are you
Okay,
talking
there's
about their
some
flow? What are you talking about now?
with the flow. Yeah, because then if I take out the tone of voice, it's just flow and intonation and how you attack beats and lyrics.
Depends who. But I know who you're talking about. I know what which type
Most
of
of
artist, and I
I'm
think
not
you're
saying
talking.
all. I'm not saying all, but most
But I
I
think I know
couldn't.
which type of artist you're talking about. I think I know in which realm of sounding artist. I know what you mean. I know
And
what you mean. Like,
I
there's a couple of artists that, like, what's that Alchemist album he did? The Earl Sweatshirt, and then there's the Wiki guy
okay, yeah, yeah, and Mike.
and Mike and stuff like that. Look, the album's good, but fuck, they
Yeah,
all rap the same exact way.
exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like if you took a Mike shot is totally different. And anybody in the game and he done his own thing. The the rapper can maybe compare him with maybe is kind of West Side Gun. He has that out of pocket. He makes timing on his own. He doesn't need to be in pockets. He stays out of pockets. He sings. He got cuts on here that he's just singing. Uh, so he's very different. So Doghouse again, it was a boom bap beat,
Mm-hmm.
and he raps and he it's really 1999 for me. This album, very. Then we live in Montreal. That's produced by Nicholas Craven. And that's a different beat by Nicholas Craven.
Yeah, you know, now that you say it, I didn't even know it was Nicholas Craven.
That's Nicholas Craven with drums and that dun dun and that keys. I love that shit. I love that shit. So the first three tracks it started really slow, and then the fourth track Grinchy, I I can't get with it. I really can't. Okay,
You're not wrong. It's one of the tracks that I can't get into as well.
I cannot get into the beat. It's a voice sample with the drum, but the voice it's not a voice sample, but it says yeah, it's a voice sample.
Mm-hmm.
A sound bite is another thing, but the voice sample it's just too representative. And uh Mike Shabb on that song goes with the super low tone and he's almost speaking to you.
Mm-hmm.
um so I feel like it gets mixed with the beat, and I couldn't concentrate on it. I really couldn't. It bores me. That song bores me. And then you have Autumn and Fall, fifth song.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we going full on jazz,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Full on with that the saxophone is low key, really low key, almost super. The drums are really subtle. Oof, my wordplay today, huh? I'm on
You're
fire. Huh?
getting better. I
I'm
love
getting
it.
better. The drums are really subtle, and the saxophone is following. And again, Mike Schaap decided to go with that tone, right? But then it switch ups, and then for me, the album switched up. The album switched up at that fifth song on Fall. Fall is unbelievable. That second part of that song sounds like the flute with the drum and just keep going up and it cuts and it goes back and it goes up with a flute. I mean, there's nobody really dancing to that. Like choosing that is very it's a very different beat.
It's
It's
very,
really
it's yes, I agree with you. It's a very different beat, but I find that he kind of the album is made in three parts because of the difference. Like it's very slow at the beginning
mhm.
to where you're like, okay, where is this gonna take me? And then it switches up at fall,
Yep.
and then I kind of has like those 4 or 5 songs where it's kind of like, okay, I'm really enjoying this. I would say probably from like song 6 to Milk Crate,
Yeah.
and then I kind of takes a turn again till probably the Boldy James song, Big Piranhas.
Okay. So yeah, do you like so free
Yes,
cars
that's
with
my favorite song on the
Uncle
album.
John?
I
It's again a really low key, but Uncle John and Mike Schaap just destroyed that thing.
fuck is good.
Um, Ben Wallace with Estinac. That beat wasn't my favorite either. That's my second beat that I don't like.
Yeah, the beat was very different, but I find that they were able to do something with it.
Yeah,
It stands out because of what they could do. You could always, if an artist doesn't have a great beat, but the artist can do something with his presence on the song, stands out.
yeah. So that again is really subtle, but the loop to me is a bit too short.
Mhm.
and just a voice distorted. Yeah, okay. Free YSL to me is one of the highlights. I love that song. I love that song. I love that song. And he's really laid back the whole time. Hurry up for
Well, he's
next
laid
song.
back the whole album.
Yeah, but on the hurry up, he's aggressive.
Yeah, probably
Hurry up is my one of my highlights as well
that's his most
because
that
that bass is heavy. That
mhm.
bass is menacing, and he goes in. He goes in, and he wakes up a bit. He goes up. Hey Young World, bro. Hey Young World is another super high highlights. I'm sorry, dude. Nobody's doing songs like that. I'm sorry. Nobody's doing songs like that. I'm sorry. Nobody. That makes me smile like a motherfucker. I'm so happy people are doing music like that, dude. Nobody does that. Nobody. Name me an artist that does songs like that. That jazz beat with a young world, a young world, and he's singing, and you have the piano keys going crazy, jazz drums.
That was him who produced that song.
Yeah, it's
It's
insane.
a highlight.
Is
It's a
he?
highlight.
I mean this with. I'm sincere. His ear is like unmatchable. Nobody can match his ear. Nobody, nobody, nobody. If nobody, Steven, nobody. There's no
For his
one
style of
rapping on
for
like shit like that.
me for his ear for sound.
Yeah, nobody. Who
Hmm.
who who? Tell me who would really do something close like that?
For the sound of beat,
Yeah,
I would I would probably put in there. I
for
would
not for that beat, for the all the beats is here in general. Nobody, Steven. Nobody. I'm sorry.
for the sound. I think an alchemist could put that out.
Okay, but he's not rapping over it.
No, that's true. You're not wrong
No,
with
no,
that.
no, no. I'm telling you, Steven, there's nobody. There's nobody. Listeners, if you listen, go listen to A Young World Part 2 on this album. Okay, listeners, go and tell me who can produce that and rap on that. I'll wait. I'll wait. And tell me and give me a song and an album. I'll wait. I'll look for it.
Please go in the comments and tell Milenko who he's
This
waiting.
and then I'm gonna be yeah, you're right. No, but honestly, I don't see it.
And then like and subscribe.
I don't see it. I don't see it. It's pretty different. So again, I'm getting long here, but milk crate, Lords Co sounds like ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
But the voice, not the flow and anything, dude. I was like, is that? I was like, is that ASAP
I
Rocky?
stopped it at the same time when that song came
Yeah,
out. I was like,
who's that? Right?
yeah. Like it
He's
sounds like somebody
he's
from that crew.
that's groovy, and that song is groovy.
Mm-hmm.
Schoolboy Q on that, oof, he would have killed it. That's the first name I thought of. Schoolboy Q on that would have murdered that thing. Après, we have Julie. Julie, again, I don't know how this guy has an ear like that. And I'm gonna say this, and this is huge because I thought about this and I
Oh
was like,
boy.
how the fuck am I gonna bring this? For Montreal and for Mike Shabb, what he can bring to the table, I think he could be for the movement. I think he could be I think he's gonna be kind of a of West Side Gun what he did with the Griselda team, of bringing those sounds and giving Pray for IT to Mac Homie and giving ST Nack Naxaw Jim Duggan. I think this guy can do the same. And
I need to ask you a question. I need
yeah,
to ask you a question right there. Do
yeah.
you think an artist like him needs to be able to get known elsewhere? And yes, there is people that he's known.
He's
Mike Schaap,
already known.
but
I
I think him doing songs with these artists that he has on this project or producing for Estee Knack, doing the stuff he's done with Raz Fresco, working with Nicholas Craven,
mhm.
is getting his music out there to others
Mm-hmm.
across the world, and I think that's a great thing. And I'm happy that he's working with artists like this, so people could catch him. Because I was at the show in uh in Philly uh about a month and a bit
Mm-hmm.
ago, and somebody's like, "Oh, Mike Shabb, yeah, from Montreal. I listened to Mike Shabb. He's worked
Yeah.
with Nicholas Craven." So people do pick up on that because he's worked with different artists, and I think that's very important. Because if he just stayed here and just worked with the artists here, he wouldn't. He
I think
wouldn't.
that's what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna up
But
the
it's
culture here.
important. You
Yeah,
gotta
because
invest yourself
he already
elsewhere.
did a project with Saint Sucré. That's a Saint Sucré. That's a rapper, and yeah, that's a French Canadian rapper, and he did a already Sugar Gadget, the name
Mm-hmm,
of the album. That was end of 2023, and that's another, and that's super, and that's different. Again,
mm-hmm.
that's a totally different approach to the music. So I I I think he could be. I really think. I don't see, again. I'm gonna repeat it the last time. I don't see nothing with his. I don't see nobody with his ear. I don't see nobody. And rap. I don't see nobody.
Hmm.
Um, and the next song is one of my favorite songs. Transmitting live from the real world. He's singing the whole time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But dude, that beat is insane, and he's singing about like again, you left me with a broken heart. Like, dude, he's so amazing, man. I honestly, this album had me perplexed the whole time because there's some songs that I really can't fuck with that I haven't digest yet, and there's songs that blow my mind. Um,
So,
Free Jesus.
mm-hmm. With navy blue.
I mean, that that loop is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Those drums, that drum beat with the trumpets, da da, is sick. I love that shit. Um, and talk about Jesus like that is crazy. Big Piranhas with Boldy James.
That's again working with artists like Boldy James.
That's the most Boldy James beat you can give him, right?
But yeah, I
That's
love
the
that song.
Love
Great
that
song.
song.
Great
And then
song.
for me, the two highlights is the two last songs.
Really.
Free jazz, bro. Free jazz, man. Holy shit! I stood up when I first heard that song. I couldn't fucking believe it. He found that loop. I don't know if it's a loop. I don't know how he did that, but to find that loop with the jazz, because that's straight jazz.
That's him.
That's
That's him production.
that's like Section 80. That's like Section 80. Like Absol should have rapped on that,
That's true.
right? That's Section 80. For me, man, that's a high level jazz. I mean, for a loop, because he looped that. I don't. There's a thing about jazz like Kendrick that he finds and makes it with the musicians, right? To
Well,
his,
yeah, he's done
but
that Section 80. He's done that
to
on
find the
To
loop,
Pimp.
to find that a loop is difficult. That's high level shit, dude. And the way he flows on it, Jesus, dude. And then echoes, for me, I couldn't believe that. Steven, who would have done that? Nobody. Nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody. Again, Echoes, okay, it's a 80s ballad. It's like a 80s ballad ambience song looped, okay, with snare drum that is not the same pattern for the whole song. Not the same pattern. And he flows through that. How do you do that?
Look. I'm not gonna shit on it. He's got a
Steven,
good ear for it.
I
He
know I
knows
know
what
you
he's
didn't
doing.
like Echoes. I know you don't like Echoes. You
I'm
don't
not
even
saying I didn't like Echoes. I
don't fucking
No,
lie to me,
I
you
didn't say.
motherfucker.
It's
I
not that I
know
like
you don't like that.
Echoes. No, it's enjoyable. It just like you've mentioned. I There's still things I'm not digesting on this album. It's I
No.
You have to understand, we're getting projects from artists where it's like, here's 30 minutes, here's 25 minutes, here's 35 minutes. Okay, 40, you're kind of pushing it. You get a 48-minute, 17-song album. Towards the end, you're just like, okay, fuck, I gotta find the time to invest in it. And I've
Mhm.
listened to it twice. I've listened to it twice. And
Okay,
like
that's why.
I've mentioned, I gotta go back to it.
Oh, you need to go back to it.
I
You need
gotta
to go back.
find what you're listening to. Like I've listened to it where I'm listening to the production,
Mm-hmm.
and I've listened to it where I'm listening to the raps.
So you need to listen. Go
My
back to it.
third time is gonna be where I'm listening to it together
Mm-hmm.
as a whole project,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be able to look at the points that you broke down for me and
Yeah.
being able to be like, okay, Malenko said this, and I'm not taking away anything from the project. To me, it's lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's still enjoyable. There is highlights on here for me. I'm happy he used these. I think the album would have not sit well with me if it was just him. If he didn't
Okay.
use featurings, the featurings stand out on here. The
Yeah.
artist that he chose stand out. It brings a lot more to the album, and
So yeah.
he chose the right featurings.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I mean, Echoes again. The two last songs were just mind blowing to me.
Mm-hmm,
Mind blowing. Like Echoes to have that that kick bass with that snare doing not this is not the same pattern for the whole time. They go in and out, in and out. It's like one time they go like tack 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 tack, and I was like, "There's no way you're gonna flip that shit like that." And he just kept it for like maybe 8 bars. He rolled through, he just flowed through it, and then took it out, and he switched his flow again.
mm-hmm.
That to me is ridiculous. To me is ridiculous. There's nobody doing that shit. Nobody doing that.
The one thing that I could talk about for this album is that is a very personal album as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
an album that he needed to do compared to what he's done with his other projects. He
Yep.
went in and really thought the process through, and he's paying homage also on the album to different sounds in hip hop
All the
into
time. Yeah.
90s, and
Yep.
that's what sticks out to me is this album. He's paying homage to his favorite artists
Hmm.
because of the sound of the beats that he's using or the types of flows that he's using.
Yep.
You could see this guy is a huge fan of artists like Tribe Called Quest, uh, and the way that jazz influenced hip hop, and the way that musically you hip hop is so invested in the musicality of
He says it. He says it. He put
right
his heart in shit.
exactly.
He put his heart on this rap shit. So, I mean, again, I think this album to me, if I can give it my last note, I give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
And the beginning is too slow, and
It's
it's
very slow. The
it's
beginning is
maybe
very slow.
maybe I'm gonna get more into it. The lows are lows, like I told you. But for me, what really make this album great is I can't wrap my head around his ear for the music, and he really put this out. He put in work for this.
Mhm.
The way he outros some songs sometimes, the interludes, even in the one song, how he outros it is pretty sick. Like if I gotta say, like a young world, that's a highlight for me. He outros with the soundbite of Roy Nuck. Like for those who knows, they know. Like Roy Nuck is a Montreal thing. Do you know Roy Nuck?
Yes, absolutely. If I
Okay.
have, do I listen to him? Absolutely not. But I
No,
know who he
nobody
is.
listens to him. Nobody. He's like for those who don't know, the guy is just he's like a meme rapper kinda, but he was really gangster though. Like the guy got caught and went to prison because of his music videos. So it let you know everything. Like he had real guns and he
Fuck, I
had real
remember that.
pounds of cocaine on the video. So
I
he got
remember
caught
that.
with that. He got caught in his own house. Steven, can you believe that?
Yeah, I
He
remember that.
he
I remember it.
filmed a music video in his fucking house with all that coke. Dude, he had bricks and real coke. He's not joking. And a real fucking gun. Police came through to snatch it. Oh my god. Mon médaillon touche à mon pénis. That's the
Fuck.
most popular shit. I'm gonna put it. But for me 7.5. The Mike Shabb is here. Jesus.
I wanna spend more time with it. To your point, I'm actually happy you took over on the review for it. Because I know you're a huge fan of Mike Shabb and his work. And actually, you know what? You got me into him when
Yeah.
Suicide 2 came out. You got me into him, and just hearing him produce for Estenac and different artists
We
and
didn't review that
featurings.
album here, but Live at the Tabernacle is super sick.
So good. Why isn't there a copy of it on CD? Anyways, I'm gonna start complaining, but I don't want to complain about it. Live at the Tabernacle is fucking really
With
goddamn good.
Raz is all over
I
that
know.
thing. Rome Street,
It was in
like
my it was
Stove
in my
God,
honorable mentions last year.
and
You
it's
saw
an
my
album.
list.
It's an album with full of French Canadian swear words.
Yeah,
Could you believe that a Stove God would be
really, really
in between
fucking
two
good.
tabarnak? That's crazy.
Fucking good.
Yep.
Fucking good project. And à la carte, that
Yes.
à la
Yes.
carte,
Yes.
something else. Anyways,
What's your note?
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna dig more into it. I need to spend more time.
What's your highlights?
My highlights are Free Cars, Ben Wallace, Free YSL, then Big Piranhas. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the Ottoman Fall. I find
Yes. Oh,
that's kind of like that part of the album where it's like, okay, we're
it picks
changed,
up.
we're
It picks up for me.
changing. Here's this body of work, and then towards the end also, I like
Yep.
Free Jesus,
Yep.
but I gotta say, big respect to him on "We Live in Montreal" interlude.
Yep. Yeah. Different.
Yeah,
Different cut.
so 6.5 for now. I'm gonna go back into it. This is an album that you need to live with. It's 48 fucking minutes.
I need to live with it. Really, really. The only one that I know I'm not is Grinchy. Grinchy to me, I think I'm not gonna. It's not gonna do it for me. That's it.
So what else do we have? And by the way, if you're listening to us from wherever else in the world, go listen to Mike Shabb. He's from Montreal. I shit on Montreal, but he's a really good artist from Montreal. And you
I
know
would
what?
go. I would go with Suicide 2. It's a easier listen.
Absolutely, it's a shorter album too.
Yeah.
So, Milenko, before we get up out of here, what else do we have to talk about? Anything else?
I mean, I'm excited for Friday because the Vince Staples.
Oh yes,
I'm excited for that.
Vincenzo Staples' last
Mhm.
album on Def Jam. What the hell is that called? Dark Times? Some
Dark
Dark
Times.
Times?
Yeah, yeah. And I can't wait because Vince Staple is an artist, dude. I never had an artist like that to me. Like an album could be a hit, the other I don't listen to, and the third like I listen the whole thing for like it stays with me.
You know,
It's crazy. It's crazy.
my favorite Vince Staples album is FM.
Yeah, you see, and that one did not stick with me.
Holy shit, Malenko, please. Okay, next time we see each other, please have listened to FM at least 5 times. It's only 22 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, in the
yeah.
hot summer day,
Mm-hmm.
cooking on your barbecue, and then tell me that's your favorite Vince Staples album.
For me, I mean, my favorite for me is Vince Staples' self-titled.
More than Summertime '02,
Oh, 6, yes,
'06. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. That's my favorite. Vince
Okay.
Staples. I mean, that whole album and Schoolboy Q gave it for this next album. And you see, Ramona Park. I like one or two songs in there, but it didn't stick with me. And Vince Staples, it just stayed with me. I can listen to front to back, no skips.
Really? You're a
Front to
weirdo.
back, no skips. FM was okay.
Fuck.
Big Fish was okay. Prima Donna and Summertime was top.
Wow.
So I can't wait for this next one.
Prima
Cannot
Donna
wait.
is good.
And
Prima Donna is really good.
Schoolboy Q listened to it and he said this one is heavy. So I
I
can't
love
wait.
artists. They always do that. Whenever their friend's new album comes out or an artist they likes come out, I
Oh, this is
listen
the
to it.
best thing.
This
Yeah.
is the one. This is the best thing. This is the one. And then it
Yeah.
completely sounds like dog shit. And you're just saying that because you can't tell your friend or an artist, this is bad. Don't release it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And on that note, uh, please like and subscribe. Write in the comments. Malenko asked you questions. Tell us your thoughts on it. It's a full Canadian episode, Canadian artists. We're here to represent Canada. We want to push the artists from Canada, whether you like them or not. Very important. Canada's in a good spot for hip hop. Okay, we do have the artists from Canada
While
that
we
are,
have Drake got destroyed.
yeah, but I don't consider him. He never reps where he's from. He only reps when he's at a basketball game, front row,
He never reps. He
s-
says 6 on every song.
sucking one of the Toronto Raptors
He should have been on
cock's
the Northside
paws.
album. He should
Okay,
have been on the Northside.
like Lukey Cage says, he needs a beat from Future Wave. But
He should
yeah,
have done
like
that.
we have Danielson, Raz Fresco, Ason Eastwood, Words. There's so many good artists from Canada. Mike Shabb, like right now, I have a blank, but there is so many really good artists from Canada. Tap in, listen to them, show love, and yeah, we're here to promote great music. Keep
Yeah.
releasing music. Keep
And we
releasing
do
music.
this every week. So please, if you like, leave a like. Leave a like. You guys are listening to us. So, yes, please, it helps us a lot. You know how YouTube goes. You just have to press a button. That's it. It's that simple. Subscribe if you want more. And go ahead, man.
Like
Listen
if
to
you
this.
like.
Go listen to the albums.
Yeah. So we'll see each other next week.
Yep.
If you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Like and subscribe.
Peace.
Peace out. Peace out.